Hey, this is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update. Thank you for being here. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. Let's get into it. We just had a new moon. Lots of things are going on. A lot of conflict and chaos. But this is the last day of January. We are walking towards February. And these energies will carry over for some people. It's like a mix and match of energies, lots of duality, lots of opposites meeting at the same time, same place, creating all kinds of weird situations. And that's normal when we are in a phase of forward movement and change. That's usually what happens. The best thing to do, as most of the time, is just to stay grounded here on earth and grounded firmly in your heart. Stay in your heart. Do not judge. Do not feed the conflict or the duality. Ask yourself, is this person reflecting something back to me that I need to understand and work on? Or perhaps is it just a clash of energy that I'm in right now? If it's a clash of energy, disengage. Doesn't mean walking away and not caring about it. It just means to not engage into the conflict, into the lower energies, the lower vibrations. Just do what you need to do. Take a step back, come back on a different day in a different energy. Keep working on that situation, on that problem until you know that you need to keep going or you need to let it go. Surrender to the flow, surrender to what's at stake and what's in the background. Because if you go at it too hard, head first, ego first, you're not going to win. At this time, a lot of people are being stressed and pushed into their new selves, and they have a really hard time surrendering and letting go. Therefore, projection happens very often. They project onto others how they feel inside, how they feel, for some miserable, out of control, or lacking control. They feel like things are slipping away from them, and they project onto others by any means available, by in any way that they can, and that can translate or show up as being controlling, being hard-headed, being stubborn, being closed-minded, not wanting to hear what others have to say. And it's hard to be on the receiving end of this. I know a lot of light workers are going through this at this point. They're not being seen, they're not being heard. There's really like low vibrations pretty much all over the place, and they don't know how to deal with it. Surrender, keep moving forward in blind trust and faith. As long as you stay true to your heart, to what's in your heart, and to your true self, authentic self, things will work out one way or the other. It may be hard at the moment in a heavy charge or heavy energies to carry around, but know that they're not yours. So put a boundary, even if it's just a imaginary boundary between you and these people or these situations. Do your spiritual work, your cleansing and your releasing, and everything will be fine. It's just difficult when we are in these situations because it requires a lot of strength, a lot of confidence, a lot of trust, faith, a lot of energies, all kinds, physical, mental, spiritual. It's difficult because we need to carry that bag of rocks until we can start taking those rocks off. And always remember, if you are in front of resistance, That's usually a huge sign of change. When people resist your ideas, when they resist your concepts or your messages, usually it's because it triggers them and they don't know how to react. So that's a defense system that comes on and they resist. But that keeps on doing some work in their minds, and you may see changes. So if you stay true to who you are, to your message, to your purpose, to your mission, you're going to see that you're an important part in the lives of these people. So don't give up. Just do it the right way. Do it the nice way. Do it the way you would want someone else to do it for you, in compassion and in love. If you're standing firmly in your heart, that will come naturally. For sure, you may end up in situations where you don't know how to deal with them, what to do with them. Take a pause, meditate, seek clarity, ask for help from your soul, from your spiritual team, from your heart. Take the time to reflect upon the situation, and the clarity will come. Sometimes it's a matter of being entangled with these people, that their energy is becoming entangled with yours, therefore keeping you in the dark, keeping you in a space where you're unable to see which way to go. The only way to get out of this is really taking a step back. So surrendering to what is right now, to what you see with your eyes, knowing that there's more going on in the background, in the big picture, and take the time to have proper guidance with your heart, with your soul. And don't rely only on what your eyes can see. That's not necessarily the truth. Sometimes it is, not always. Sometimes it's just the reaction to something that people are going to something that people are going through in their lives, to something that they've been through just an hour before meeting with you or engaging with you. And the energy carries over, and you feel that, and it keeps you entangled. So the stronger you get, the more affirmed you get into your spirit and your soul, the less you feel attacked, or the less you feel like a victim when you come in these situations. So in February, letting go of the role of the victim. Yes, but it always happens to me. No, take power. Switch it around. Take the time to decide and to see clearly. And when you don't know, the only way to know is to take time and the proper steps to have clarity and to reach clarity. So that ties into what's going on with the collective, therefore, to what's going on with the divine masculine for those who are in twin flame connections. They are in a very dark phase of their lives for a lot of them. They've lost a lot of things for some. The life as they knew it is pretty much all gone, bottom of the barrel kind of feeling, and they don't know what's next. They don't know what to do, and they are in this lower kind of vibration, just taking the time to figure out what's next, what to do, what's to come, how to go about it, how to go about things and to make things right. Lots of things showing up from the past, and like all the way to the childhood or stuff that happened not too long ago. They are being reminded that they cannot leave unsolved situations, that they need to do something about it so that they can heal. And for a lot of them, it's about forgiveness, forgiving themselves, like true divine forgiveness. Therefore, divine forgiveness for the two people involved in the twin flame connection. A lot of divine masculine are becoming aware of that as long as they don't forgive themselves, they cannot forgive the other person. And for a lot of them, like the coast is clear, meaning that the releasing and the cleaning has been done. They just don't know yet how to create something new, how to create their new lives. They know what they want. They have it in their heart. They have a clear vision or understanding of what they want. They just don't know how to get it. It's about integrating physically for them what has been going on spiritually in the past few months. And this is going on at large, not only the divine masculine, but for all people, since we have both energies within. So you might be feeling this as well. Feeling that one part of you is totally chill and relaxed, and the other part is like a duck, you know, with the feet going on like 100 miles an hour, but looking all calm on the outside. You may feel that part of you that is searching for answers, searching for help, support, guidance. So if you are in a twin flame connection, you can help spiritually by doing your work. And that part of you that feels chill and that feels totally relaxed, that's probably because it's at a certain level. It has reached a certain level where you can start to just lean in. Lean into yourself once again, because that's a big thing in February. Like the recovery of self. Whatever you lost at the beginning of your spiritual awakening, those personality traits that you thought were gone forever may have started to show up again, or will start to show up again, but in a new, better way, like version 2.0, in an improved way. So that duality inside is not always an easy thing to deal with, and it's about caring, it's about loving, and it's about compassion. I know it's not easy to be in a connection where you may feel lots of anxiety and lots of anger towards the other person. Forgiveness, embracing what's going on. It's a huge phase of forward movement. All 2020 is about a huge change. And if you've been watching Dolores Cannon's videos or reading her books, she was talking about the split of the earth, and this is what we're in. Lots of people are leaving Earth. Lots of people are changing drastically. Others are just, staying where they're at, and they probably will stay like that for the rest of their lives. So that creates huge duality energies in the collective level. And it's not easy to understand, it's not easy to navigate through that. The only way to do it is to remain true to yourself and to what's in your heart, to the message that you carry, to the mission that you're here to do. If you're a light worker receiving a lot of resistance, it is happening for a reason, and you're here for a reason. You're here to do something. You're here to be part of something bigger than just your own life. That resistance, like I was saying, is a sign. It's the beginning of change. It's the very, very true first beginning of change. It starts with resistance. So it could feel like another huge layer of spiritual awakening for everyone alive today on Earth. So if we go back to the twin flame, the divine masculine is really, the image I'm getting is the Lego blocks. They're trying to build their new life one block at a time. So depending where they're at, for some, they are ready to put multiple blocks and build a building, an entire building. For others, they're still just putting the foundation. So everybody needs to respect that pace, whatever it is. One thing is for sure is that they're being worked on drastically. Especially in the last weekend on Sunday, the energies were so high, so strong. It was crazy. A lot of people felt a lot of anxiety because it felt unknown, like a black hole. It's starting to get better, but still that energy is present and it's in the background, and we need to deal with it. Trying to pretend that it's not there is not going to do anything good. So the divine masculine is dealing with that black hole, that unknown. And it's when we are in that phase of the unknown that we start creating and that we start manifesting what we want, what's in our best interest, what our lives are going to be. So if you, on the other hand, are in the chilling phase and you're like, oh, okay, I'm done chilling and I want things to move forward, just remember that energy of the unknown, that lots of people are in that phase trying to figure things out. And for a lot of them, it's about the leap of faith of just saying, fuck it, I'm moving forward, let's see what happens, instead of being stuck in fears. That cycle of fears is about to end, not completely ended, not completely done for I want to say a lot of people. Being afraid, like I've mentioned before in my videos, like fear is a huge guide. When you're afraid of something, exploring that path is usually the path that will bring you the most, that will bring you the most abundance, the most opportunities, the most discoveries. So a lot of divine masculine are in those energies, just trying to figure themselves out. What they're really trying to do is accept and integrate their divinity, their true authentic self. So this is another part of their awakening. If you keep on doing your spiritual work, you're helping your twin and you're helping everyone. You're helping you're clearing, you're helping to make space for what's coming, because spring is coming soon. So for a lot of divine feminine, they are going through like renewal of energy, finding themselves again, finding, like I was saying, those personality traits that were gone. They are embarking into this new phase of self-discovery, discovery of, I like this, I don't like this. I used to like this, now I don't. So what else is going to take place? What else am I seeking? So huge expansion phase in all areas, work, studies, consciousness, everything. For the divine feminine that are very physically sensitive, you may be at this point having a harder time because you're feeling all of this on the physical level, and it's really important to just stay grounded, to protect yourself, to go into self-care routines, self-love, and to really respect what your body is telling you or asking you to do. If you need to sleep for 2 hours on a Saturday afternoon, go and do it. You're going to feel a huge difference. In talking about sleep, a lot of people are needing more sleep these days. That's because of all these changes going on, all of those mix and match energies going on, and all on the collective level, what has happened in the last 2 weeks. Important people leaving Earth. It leaves a hole in the unified field, and we all feel it one way or the other, no matter if we're conscious or not. So really self-care. So back to really good nutrition, water, meditation, lots of meditation, lots of meditation, and lots of meditation, because that's where you're going to see clarity. That's where you're going to gain your insights of what you need to do. And don't worry if you don't get it during the meditation. Sometimes it just shows up unexpectedly 2, 4 days later, 5 days later. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you listen when it shows up. So for a lot of people, they are dealing with stubborn people, hard-headed people. Stay strong, Stay in your truth and in your light. You are needed at this time to shift those energies. Even though February is the month of love with Valentine's Day, um, there's a lot of darkness that needs to be cleared. So if everybody takes care of doing their own part of the work, it's going to become easier. And then March, and then we're going to see spring, and then we're going to see new energies. But at this point, a lot of people are feeling insecure about the future, and they're having a hard time having answers. It's really a time to rely on what is my soul telling me, what is my intuition telling me, and to rely on the fact that the universe has your back. This is all planned out, and it's been planned out for quite a while. So there's nothing really that you can change aside from maybe creating more resistance and problems for yourself if you don't take that step back to just reflect. Slow down, slow the pace down, and we'll see a lot of people suddenly just starting to talk about spiritual concept. If we just look at a few series on TV or on Netflix, there is spiritual concepts behind most of them. The most of the ones that I've seen, anyhow. And crazy spiritual concepts. Stuff that people have been talking about for years on YouTube or in blogs, but not on mainstream. It is becoming mainstream. It is becoming the new level of just consciousness, the base operating level. So we're going to start seeing people talking about not necessarily religion, but really deep spiritual concept. People are more open to this. They are more ready to hear, to live by those concepts. So that's a sign that lots of work has been done, lots of healing has been done, and that it's the rise of the feminine. It's the rise of that nurturing energy. It's the rise of that loving energy, and the masculine is trying to adapt to that, which is not an easy thing to do for a lot of them because it's a duality, it's a contrast. So staying in balance within is just enough to help others, especially in weird situations. So be careful with the words that you use. Be careful with the intent that you have before starting to do something, before having a conversation, before sending an email. Be careful. At this point, sometimes, not sometimes, but at this point, most of the time, it's best to leave it until you have that call inside that it's time to take care of things. The time always comes. Sometimes we want to solve things right away, but it's the wrong time. And it takes wisdom to be able to just say, you know what, I'll come back to it. And you'll see, you wake up one morning and you know, this is the day that I'm taking care of this and solving this situation, and it works out. As opposed to if you had tried before, you probably wouldn't have been able to solve anything. It would have probably just created more conflict. So really, it's funny because this duality brings a slow pace, and it seems to be going fast. Like on the surface, everything goes fast, but internally, it feels like it's going slow. And that's okay. We need to learn that. We need to learn how to play with that and just realize that it is what it is. And like I mentioned, don't always accept as truth what you see with your eyes. There's always more behind the scenes. Always, always, always more. So at this point, this is what's going on. I pretty much said everything. I just want to go back before I end this video. I just want to go back to the divine masculine and how hard they are working to keep up with the feminine. How hard they are working to rebalance themselves. And this is beautiful. This is something to honor. This is something to carry in our heart, to respect, and to make sure to acknowledge, especially with people around you, your friends, your family, your coworkers. You're going to see a lot more people talking about gratitude and expressing gratitude and practicing gratitude, not only by themselves journaling, but in public situations, face to face. It has already started. So if you yourself get into that gratitude mode for what the masculine is doing, it's only going to help even more. So that's it for now. Thank you for being here and listening. You can follow me on social media at IndigoGirl555 on Instagram, Indigo Girls Readings on Facebook. You can also reach me on my email at indigogirl555@gmail.com. And it's the Super Bowl this weekend, so happy Super Bowl to everyone that is going to watch. And until the next time, be well.